So today I'm going to be showing a pedigree analysis between Arwen and Aragorn, which are two characters from Lord of the Rings. And we're going to be looking at elf ears for these methods of inheritance. So if elf ears were Y-linked, then that means Aragorn would have to pass on this trait to the Y chromosome. Aragorn does not show this trait. His son does. Therefore, meaning this trait cannot be Y-linked. If this trait was autosomal recessive, Arwen would be homozygous for the small alleles. Aragorn would be heterozygous because of the two children that they show, two children showing this trait, meaning they'd be homozygous. They each married someone who didn't show the trait, but each person that they married would have to be heterozygous because they had both had children who all showed who showed the traits for hemielf and who didn't. So therefore, yes, this could be possible. For autosomal dominant, Arwen could be homozygous or heterozygous, where Aragorn could be, or would have to be, homozygous for the small E allele. Both their children show the trait, meaning that they are heterozygous from the cross. They both married someone who are homozygous for the recessive allele, and they show children who are a mix of both traits. Therefore, it is possible that this autosomal dominant is a method of inheritance. Now we looked at X-linked recessive. X-linked recessive means Arwen would have to be homozygous for the small allele, where Aragorn would have the X chromosome, would have the big capital E on the X chromosome, capital E allele. Both their children, when we look at both their children, the son looks fine, but because the son inherited his X chromosome from the mother, but the daughter would have to have a capital E chromosome, according to this Punnett score on the left, because she gets one of her X chromosomes from the father. A father only has a capital E X chromosome, and therefore the X-linked recessive cannot be a method of inheritance. Now we look at X-linked dominant. X-linked dominant, Arwen could be heterozygous or homozygous for the capital E allele. Aragorn would have to have the small E allele on his X chromosome. The son and daughters, crossing them, the son and daughters both show the allele, so they look okay. But when we look at the son crossing with someone who's recessive, the son gets a capital E allele, only gets his X chromosomes from the mother, who has two recessive E alleles. The daughter would get a capital E allele from her father, but in this example, we see the daughter does not have this capital E allele and does not show it, and the son has the capital E allele. Therefore, this trait cannot be X-linked dominant. And so overall, we can see that this elf ears can be either autosomal recessive or autosomal dominant, but it cannot be Y-linked, X-linked recessive, or X-linked dominant.